morning, guys and gals. Hopefully everybody's healthy, wealthy, and wise on your end. Moreover, hopefully everybody enjoyed the weekend. Um, it started off sunny here, and now it's clouding up on this Monday morning. Today we're going to continue with interest, but instead of dealing with continuously compounded interest, we're going to deal with compound interest. If you're saying, old timer, what's the difference? What we did last week is continuously compounded, where this type of interest is compounded maybe annually, semi-annually, monthly, weekly, that sort of thing. It's a little more common, especially, like for instance, your bank accounts have a monthly compounded interest. Credit cards often have monthly compounded interest as well. Some of them, though, have continuously compounded interest. So we'll knock out the formula. I'll show you how to type that in on your cell phone calculator. Then we're wrapped up. All right, let's do this thing. Sorry about the spring. Perfect time to grab a pencil, piece of paper, follow along. Compound interest, and if we were together, I'd give you a big, long, definition. But there are some buzzwords when it comes to compound interest. For instance, annually. That means it's compounded once a year. There's semi-annually, which means that it's compounded twice a year. There is monthly, which means it is compounded 12 times a year. Weekly, don't panic, there's 52 weeks in a year, you're welcome. And daily, well, 365 days in a calendar year. Don't worry about the leap year business, okay? So when you see those buzzwords, then you have it. Also, I almost forgot one, and I'm so sorry. It's a good thing that we can sneak that in. There's also quarterly, so that's 4 times a year, aka every 3 months, okay? If you're looking at the formula itself, a lot of it's the same. So account balance equals principal. Last week we had PERT, E-R-T. Well, here, because it's no longer continuously compounded, we're not going to deal with the E value. We are going to deal with, though, 1 plus the rate, so that part we're used to. And what this is the number of times compounded. And then T, that is still time, and it must be in years. I'm going to warn you ahead of time, there's going to be a problem or two where I try and trick you and give you time in months. Just be aware of that. All right? And don't worry, this formula will be on the homework as well, so it's not like you have to memorize it. You opened a 403B account with $15,000, averaging 9.5% return compounded annually. If you left that money in the account for 12 years, what would your new balance be? Okay, so 15,000 times 1 plus, okay, well, our rate as a decimal is 0.095 divided by compounded annually. That's a 1. Now you might say, well, mister, dividing by 1, yes, I realize it doesn't change. I'm just sticking with the formula. What would your new balance be? So we still have to incorporate, okay, number of times compounded, 1 times the number of years. Okay, this is what our formula looks like. If we all had handy dandy graphing calculators, we would type it in exactly the way it looks. But call it a hunch. I'm going to bet some of you do, but I know a lot of you only have your cell phone calculator. So a quick little tutorial on how to do that. Make sure you unlock it. Make sure you swipe up. Make sure you turn the thing sideways. Okay. You hit all clear, and then you're good to go. We're actually going to start with the rate divided by the number of times compounded. So 0.095 divided by 1. Now I know you're going to say, mister, you knew that was going to... I agree. Okay. So that's our rate divided by the number of times compounded plus 1 equals. Okay. Now, that's what's in this value right here. That's great, but that's to a power. Specifically, if you look over here, you see x to the power of y. We're going to press that. Now, whatever we type in next will be our exponent. Well, our exponent is 1 times 12, or 12. So 1.095 to the 12th power. Hit equals, boom. That's what all this is right here. 1 plus 0.95 divided by 1 to the 12th power gives you that 2.97 blah, 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 times 15,000. Boom. You end up with a new total of 44,571.85. The one nice thing about these cell phone calculators, that's sweet when they give you the comma. Just letting you know. All right, you know what? Let's skip number 2 and just go straight to number 3 because the video is longer than I had hoped. You would open a 401k account with $8,000, averaging 11% return, compounded weekly. Okay, so weekly means our end value is going to be 52. Okay, so 1 plus our rate, 0.11, divided by 52, raised to the 52 times, you left that money in the account for 18 months. Be very, very careful there. Time must be in years. So if we take that 18 months and we divide it by 12, if you're saying, why 12, old man? Because there's 12 months in a year, duh. That's 1.5 years. Okay, so here for my time value, 1.5. Okay, so before I get too far into the cell phone calculator things, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my 52 times 1.5. That way I know what to type in. Oh, that gives me 78 for my exponent when I multiply those two together. Okay, let's do this thing. So we're going to start with our percent. So it was 0.11 divided by 52 because it's compounded that often. Okay, notice I'm not rounding this. Plus my 1, boom. All that raised to, so x to the y power, all that raised to, well, we said that was 78. Okay, we get a big decimal, and then, hey, we were just joined by Bryn, everybody. Say hi, Bryn. Hi. There we go. Times our principal, 8,000, okay? So sure enough, we end up with $9,433.50. Okay. I hope this calculator tutorial is worth it. If not, let me know in the comments and I'll stop doing it. All right. Hey, there'll be 4 problems for your homework. Have a great day. Peace.